What's going on, people? Sorry I'm late. You can blame Angela for that. Baron Cranberry, who sound like he got a made up name, said, "Let's see this hard work." Oh man, are you talking about my show prep? My wonderful, wonderful show prep. Uh, yeah, I'm late, but you can blame Angel in the comments. She around here, it's all her fault. All right, let's get right into it, man. Joe Biden officially crossed his 100-day mark um, on the a couple days ago. It might be today. Um, yeah, I think it's today actually. For those of you that don't know, he do have a Joe Biden is addressing Congress, not like a State of the Union, but like a joint session of Congress today at 9 p.m. So if you woke and not doing nothing, then for sure you can watch that and see all the stuff that he got in store. You know, stuff he want to get done, stuff he want to talk about. Um, so far, um, the only thing that they're speculating or that he wants to talk about um, is going to be this American Families Plan, which is going to do a lot for working Americans, working people, working families, lower income families that need help. Um, and not so much for the rich people. For the rich people, they're going to get taxed, and we're talking about people that make uh, like $1 million of income. So if you don't make $1 million of income, then you have nothing to worry about with these tax plans. So when you hear it, when you see it, if you if you over a million, then all right, you can have a real opinion. But other than that, I don't know why you would care when you have people who need childcare. We have people, cities need roads and infrastructure. Um, it's I don't know, it's bigger than people think it is, and it only really helps us, the everyday people that work constantly. Um, so that's what he'll address tonight at 9 o'clock. Anybody got any opinions, good or bad, thoughts on his first 100 days in office? Good or bad? You want to compare him to the last guy? You want to count how many times he went and played golf in 100 days? Um, we can do that. Anybody? Any comments? Any? I like this. I don't like this of his first 100 days. I'm curious. Um, while we wait, um, don't it's been 100 days, but don't forget that his first day in office, like he signed maybe 4 bills or something, 4 executive orders. Sorry, uh, and like it's his first day or something like that. So within his first week, he had 10 or more executive actions on the books. Um, so of his, so I got a whole breakdown of how many reversals, Trump reversals, how many executive actions, executive orders, and stuff that he put in place. In various different subjects, various different topics. Um, thanks. I think this background is pretty dope. Shout out to Cleveland. Um, uh, this date doesn't add up here though. April 23rd to 25th. That doesn't add up. But besides that, the draft the draft is here. Maybe that's an old draft or something. I don't know. Anyway, Angel said I'm just happy that he's not Trump. Um, yeah, I think most people are. And speaking of Trump, he has reversed so many of Trump's executive actions that he had implemented. 25 of them, to be exact, that um, goes across various things, such as he had two coronavirus reversals. He had 10 reversals on Trump's immigration policies. 10. Um, that's an extensive number. And I know for a fact that Joe Biden has been getting a lot of grief in regards to the situation on the border, camps, and how many immigrants he letting in, all of this stuff. 10 is a big reversal in 100 days. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not even exactly sure. I haven't dove into it. Maybe I will on one of these shows to find out exactly kind of what's going on down there. Um, but 10 reversals, 10 reversal of Trump's executive actions on immigration, two on equality, three on the economy, two on the environment, one on healthcare, one on labor, one on census, and one on regulation. Um, so, I mean, 2025, that's a pretty good number of just reversals. That's not even talking about new stuff that he implemented, that new stuff that he added and that he wanted to do. Um, so that's it. So people just glad that he not Trump. That's it. Nothing else. He played golf one time in his 100 days. No, none of that stuff. I think he had like a break or something or a vacation or something in there. I know his dog. No, nothing. No, his dog biting people. You don't blame him for that. I don't know. I'm reaching, but I'm just trying to see what's the feel. 100 days in, that'd be something. He set a goal of hitting 100 million coronavirus vaccine doses in his first 100 days. They did that at the beginning of April. The beginning of April. I want to say it was April 19th, maybe. Um, no, no, no. I'm sorry. This was way before. It was mid March, and then he had 2 million vaccines by April 21st. So just before his 100 days, he had 2 million, which was his goal. Let me see. Andrew said, "You should and report back." Yeah, the border situation, uh, it's serious. I see a lot of videos of people still jumping the border, and you know, people dropping babies over the border, all this stuff. So I'm sure it's stuff that can be done better. Um, I think some of those camps are still open and stuff, and people still like kids still being separated. So I'm sure there's something there, and maybe I will do have a show about what's going on the border situation because I'm sure it's serious. Andrew said, "I'm glad I get more stimulus or got more stimulus." Yeah, that's pretty cool. He got that done first 100 days. Americans are a little selfish, that's for sure. Barron said, "Is gun executive action will get shut down by the Supreme Court because the judges there respect the Constitution." I don't know what you're trying to say. What gun executive action? And on top of that, what does respecting the Constitution have to do with anything? First off, executive orders don't have to go through nobody. It's not a law. It's just a action. That's why Trump was able to sign so many. That's why Joe Biden was able to sign so many reversals and stuff because it's not a law. It's just a executive action. Once it becomes law and it can go to battle to the Supreme Court to see if it's lawful, but not executive actions. That's why you just sign it off. And then whether it get done or not, that's different, but it's not a law or anything, so it had nothing to do with the Supreme Court. Andrew said, "Have you been paying attention to India and the virus? I've seen that it's out of control, completely out of control, and I'm surprised um, that it took this long. Like, it sounds bad, but there's so many people in India. Uh, I'm surprised that it hadn't ran through the country like this before. They're declaring India like a worldwide disaster place where all like uh, uh, countries are like banding together to send them resources, whether it's vaccines or I'm assuming money and resources, all type of stuff to help them with their like a crazy surge in coronavirus cases over the past week. I want to say it's it's crazy. And like I said, I'm kind of surprised just how many people there are, how people are so packed on you see the videos of people on trains or street shops and like everything. Everybody's just on top of each other. Where here in the states we can at least spread out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. It's just everything's so packed over there. I'm surprised. And yeah, they are asking for help from so many different countries. Um, and it says America helping. I don't know what they're doing specifically, but yes, I'll say they have talked about sending. Joe Biden himself has talked about sending aid as well as other like other major countries. I don't know if Canada was one. I know Britain says something. Their prime minister said something in regards to sending some kind of aid. So I'm pretty sure that there's a coalition of different these countries like that that are trying to help out. And just I want to read up tonight on it. Yeah, for sure. Between the situation in India and the border situation, there's definitely some news out there for you. Uh, if you following the stuff that's going on in Russia, some news out there for you. Um, it's stuff happening, man. It's stuff happening. It seems like a boring, you know, on the surface because everything's not the Trump uh, Twitter comments and beefing with random people and saying stupid stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely stuff that's going on. Um, so back to Joe Biden. So just real quick, I just want to touch on. I want to hold you guys long. Just want to touch on stuff he and this next plan that he has coming up that he's going to talk about tonight at 9 o'clock. Um, the plan is I was trying to get is 1.8 trillion dollars for this next plan, right? And it's going to be paid for by, like I said, raising taxes on the top 1%. So we're talking about people who make over $1 million per year. Um, People that get are closing loopholes such as if a rich person dies and you transfer your assets to your kids or whatever, a lot of times you can write off certain things as far as not paying taxes, even though you just inherited a bunch of money. It's kind of like winning a lottery. If you inherit the lottery, you pay taxes on that, but a lot of rich people are able to get around that. So closing loopholes such as that, um, and then more enforcement. They talked about or for like the IRS as far as auditing uh, um, bigger people, richer people, where audits on your everyday working people, they're much easier to do, so you can do more of them. But where if you do it on, you would have to dedicate so many resources to do an audit on somebody like Trump or somebody that got a bunch of money. But just increasing enforcement so that you can go after these people and not pick on the lower class when it comes to taxes and audits and all of this stuff. So just kind of make it a little more even. Um, they so I got this little clip I'm gonna play. It just goes into more detail and kind of explains it a little bit better. And yeah,
And finally, the news of the speech that we're expecting is he's going to lay out the second phase of what he calls the Build Back Better plan. The first one was the Jobs and Infrastructure plan, and this one is called the American Families Plan. What we know so far will be in the plan is education funding, $300 billion reportedly, a big national child care policy that is about $225 billion, a $225 billion paid family and medical leave plan, and then we understand it'll have some $200 billion for pre-K.
so which one of those are important to you guys, or like for every person is different. Some people have kids, some people don't have kids, but of those listed, what is most even if you don't get kids, you might get siblings that got a bunch of kids or anything like that. So Of those, is any of those important to you? And if so, which ones? I'm just curious. I feel like I need glasses now. Um, so I think I don't know. So in the education package that was listed up there, um, it's a bunch of stuff that comes with it. Is no, I don't believe there are any student loan forgiveness in that package. There might be. I haven't. I mean, he hasn't stated it or whatever. But um, uh, yeah, yeah, maybe I can see. That's crazy. Um, Mine said paid family leave. Paid family leave. I think that's huge. Um, Especially for like FMLA, like medical leave for like it's not a perfect fix, but with how terrible the medical insurance situation is in the country, if you actually can put some money into when people actually have to leave to go to the doctor or have to take time off for a condition that they might have to pay for or whatever the case is, I think that'd be helpful for sure. In the education part of that section, that comes with like 2 years of free community college, um, which you know, community college is pretty reasonable now. For most people, um, uh, especially if you're going to community college in your county, with the financial aid, but 2 free years where you can actually, get out of high school and get your footing on whatever it is that you actually want to do, and then transfer that to a 4 year college, or just do your 2 years of whatever skill or trade you want to do, and then get out and get into the workforce. I think that'd be great. I think that's probably huge. I don't know if it pertains to me directly, but free community college like education, I think that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be huge for sure. Um, Angel said, education is important, the student, but I'm not the student loan forgiveness. Um, you're not for the student loan forgiveness? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. That might be some kind of forgiveness in this plan, but I don't know. I can't say for sure that it is or that it is not. Um, you would think that it is. You would hope that it is, but I mean, they said before that it wouldn't be like a complete thing anyway. So even if it's a percentage, everything helps, especially when it comes to student loans, man. Barron said he wants PPP, um, monthly stimulus checks, and that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with this bill, and it's not going to happen. I can almost guarantee you that that's not going to happen. Uh, if you wanted that to happen, then you should have voted for Andrew Yang for president. You should have went out and voted. You should have got out instead of just sitting back doing nothing, expecting stuff to be done or stuff to go in your favor. You should have got out and campaigned for Andrew Yang. Went to hear him talk. Went to and volunteered just your time, and then you could have got those monthly stimulus checks. On top of whatever you're working, an extra $1,000 per month. That could have been you, but you didn't do it. Nobody did it. Angel said typo, not for it. So you are not for student forgiveness, huh? You are not for student forgiveness. She says the system is messed up though. They take advantage of people in education as a business. Um, yeah. So you don't think people should get a break because it is a business, like, you know what I'm saying, because people, like, prisons are a business, you know what I'm saying. So do you feel the same way, like, you don't think that the people that they are taking advantage of should get some kind of a forgiveness? It's tough to forget. Like, it's tons and tons of money out there that you just going to just let go. That kind of goes back into the country and moves certain things. I don't know what they use that money for, but I'm sure they use it for some stuff. But I don't know. I guess it's for the individual, but 2 years of free community college, like a complete schedule, um, that's a good jumping off spot. So then hopefully the next generation, future people won't have as many student loans, won't have to take out as big of loans because they can do all their prerequisites before they even get jump into their field. Uh, Barron said, "I voted for Biden, but it got sent back. But got sent back. Well, you ain't do something up front. Something must have happened. You wasn't checking in. I was doing thousands of shows telling people to call up, call the board of elections, make sure all your stuff is right, your address right, your ID. You said my guy. Joe Biden wasn't my guy, for the record. It's on wax, as the older people say. You can go back and listen. Joe Biden wasn't my guy at all. Barron said my signature didn't match. That's why I was telling people to go to the board of elections and make sure all that stuff is squared away before the election. So when it come down to it, stuff like that happens. I'm sure you're not alone. You're not alone at all. I mean, I got a whole thing about. I don't know if you guys gonna be able to see it, but it's about protecting voting rights because all the stuff going on down there in Georgia. But yeah, stuff like that happens all the time. That's why you got to make sure all your ducks in a row because people try to do shady stuff. I ain't talking about no particular party. I'm just talking about the system just ain't made for everybody to win. So if you can check all your boxes, cross all your T's and dot all your I's, you want to make sure you do that beforehand. It's all about preparation, not waiting to the last minute. You could have been out there on the first day like me, freezing, making videos, doing that hard work I tell you about all the time, Baron. Angel said, it's crazy. Look how much my parents got to pay. Look how much parents got to pay for kids to go to regular school. Um, like regular public school. I mean, I don't know. I don't have kids. I don't assume they pay a lot, like taxes, of course, but I don't think you got to pay like a bunch of money as far as like to enroll. Now I know the extra stuff, and especially in areas low tax area, I suppose, where you got to pay for pay to play for sports and pay any extracurricular activities because they got to pay for separately for school buses to take kids to um, different schools to play or different arts programs or whatever the case is. School fees is outrageous. Uh, been outrageous for a long time too. And in the areas that need it most, like those are the people that you tax the most. So that part never made sense to me. Um, I think the universal pre-K is big for a lot of people, parents. Even if it's you know it is what it is. Even if it's just like more like a babysitter, child care type of a situation where you have to work so you can send your kid to like pre-K to learn some stuff, but as well where it frees you up so you're able to go to work and make money for the family for the household. I think that's definitely a good thing. The universal pre-K is for 3 and 4 year olds just across the country. It's free. It's free. Kids learn stuff at an early age. Saying to help with development. Parents can go to work. I feel like it's a win-win. Um, Childcare, as far as um, like actually taking your kids to a daycare or something like that, like having where that is less expensive because man, my sister and her kids a few years ago taking them to their daycare thing is absolutely crazy. The per kid, and they don't have no bundles. It ain't like you bring 3 kids and we'll cut you a break. No, it's per kid, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Um, so yeah, so like I said, my biggest thing is probably college, um, universal pre-K. That's important too. The childcare, like it's all important, man. So I'm just interested in hearing more what he has to say. Like I said, he'll be talking tonight, 9 o'clock, everywhere. So if you're on YouTube, if you any local channel, all your news networks, he'll be talking. Um, so be sure to tune in. I will definitely try to catch as much as I can and have highlights, and we can talk about more of it next week. Um, just to find out what the plan is. Like I said, it's not so much of a state of the union, but more of a you know like a check-in, kind of like a what do you get? You got report cards and you got like progress reports or something like that you got in like in between your actual report card, like progress reports or whatever. That's kind of what this is. Barron said, "Student loans stop me from finishing school." Yeah, you and 100 million billion thousand other people too. You know what I'm saying? Like schools is expensive. Even going to community college, it all adds up, and it gets expensive. Where you got to have, you're trying to go to school, you're trying to work. You know what I'm saying? But you got to pay to go to school. You got to pay weekly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's you definitely not alone in that. And that's why I feel like that's one of the things that's most important. If you can get all your prerequisites out of the way before you go on to be a doctor or whatever, that'll save you X amount of dollars right then and there. Or if you want to learn a trade, you can go to school for free and learn a trade and get in the workforce. Like it only benefits the economy. It only benefits the economy getting more people out here working. So get them the training they need, where you don't got to go to YouTube University forever, and then get out there and start making money. That's just the way to go. I don't care if it's a pipe fitters class, electrician class, HVAC, all that stuff, man. Get out there, motorcycle repair, whatever. Like just go out, saying get people into the workforce and let them go. It only makes sense. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all joining me as always. Looking forward to talking to y'all on Sunday. Um, we're gonna talk about some stressors, man. Talk about stress, medicine stress, learning how to deal with stress. Um, what stresses you out? All of that good stuff. So be sure to join us Sunday. Bring your stress questions and stress remedies and all that good stuff to us. And we look forward to seeing you as always. Salute to the city as always. And stay safe out there. Talk to y'all soon.